This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, Tariq, I almost got mad at this episode, at the start of this episode, alright? I thought we were literally about to do it again, right? With Honto, I thought we were about to do another little Honto having a little hissy fit. You were like, "Ooh, boy, I lost my mom at a young age. No one has ever had
learning.
Me,
He's
you know?
learning.
Well, I'm gonna have a little pout. I'm gonna have my little pout. I thought legitimately we're about to do this. I thought they were literally about to do this again after we just got out of a fucking arc, right? Involving Honto and this stupid little pouty. And I'm really glad all this thing got resolved by the end of the episode. I was like, I was about to be so mad at this show. I was like, all right, I do not need this to be the Honto. Okay, I get it. Look, he lost his mom at a young age. Found out years later that she got disintegrated.
It really does feel, again, like Honto continues to be, like, the least emotionally developed character of the show. Like, we joke about like, Shoma being, like, more of a working adult. But also, Shoma is kind of, like, even though he's kind of just, like, simple, he's not, like, as fucking, like, problematically, like, paranoid or anxious as Honto. You know, there's a difference in that.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I was really mad. Also agree that we've been getting a lot of too much Honto focused episode for some reason in this show. I was like, all right, man. When I was thinking about it too, right? I was like, man, why is there so many? Man, what's all this
Honto has the most? Like, Honto has the most growth to do. It's just like, even though our main character, our main Kamen Rider, is literally a boy that was raised against his, like, born out of abduction, like, and all that stuff, and raised in captivity, that Shoma has more of a character already established that is, like, I guess, confident in itself than what Honto is dealing with, because Honto is flipping back and forth between, like, getting duped by people, like, making the biggest mistakes, being angry. Like, as far as literal human representation in this show goes, between the humans and the Grandutes, Honto is the worst representation of a human male. Sachika is the peak representation of a human, like, female. Like, in terms of, like, the humans to the Grandutes here, the humans are really lacking right now. Sachika's, like, carrying everything in terms of, like, being the best human. Mm-hmm. The Grandutes are going through a lot of fucking shit.
Yeah, boy, Grandute Society is having it real tough right now, you know, right? Look, I don't know how long Bush has been president.
He might be on his third or fourth or fifth term, who knows?
Look, he's appeasing. Look, he's helping his rich billionaire friends.
Look,
you know,
everybody be cool, right? Okay? Vlad, just hey, Longo, just stop. Longo, you need to stop, okay?
Right. All right. Hey, it is Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 12.
Episode 12.
Up on the true feelings. I mean, episode 32. Yeah, sure. Yeah. We're not that far back, but yeah. Hey, look, Lakia, he's still on the case. You know, he's like, oh boy, I'm gonna find out who killed my brother. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna solve this mystery. I will say, right?
the fact that this episode was teased as being more of an indication to, like, give Lakia, like, better insight as to who killed his brother, and based on the results that we get, I'm kind of pissed. Like, this was false marketing, my guy. Like, we really didn't need to. Like, I feel bad for Lakia, because it's like, you sold this as we were gonna get some answers. We got jack shit.
Boy, he is still not any closer to finding out who killed his brother. You know, right? It's not even like Lakia's like climbing, like he's going deep. He's going deep, like, okay, if I beat up this guy will lead me to this guy, you know, and he'll lead me to this guy.
Like, you put out a hit.
It turns out you cannot ask. You cannot ask drug addicts for their help. You know,
dealer just gets one of their drug, like when a drug manufacturer just gets one of their drug dealers like killed. It's not necessarily like a really like coordinated like smart thing. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know, I just paid some guy like on Fiverr to like go kill that guy, and he could be literally fucking anywhere. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh, look, how many granules, have blades
a
for
lot,
arms,
actually,
right?
A lot.
Or a sword. Right? Also, by the way, so Hanto is already mentioned. He's doing the one thing we have said since the beginning with these gochis. Do not give them names. He's already forming, right? Because
especially since
right,
we know
is
that
not an immortal.
With the caramel frappe situation,
right?
They actively are like they do get, even though this is like a powered up form, they do disappear afterwards.
Right? I was like, I have to think about it too when he said that their names. I was like, wait, are these the wait? Also, doesn't have to reach the point where I'm getting really confused now. Like what's an immortal Gochizo and who isn't an immortal Gochizo?
Yeah, because
right,
Lakias are still immortal.
Yeah. Right, I think at this point in the show, I think the only immortal Gochizos are Lakias 2,
and Keiki.
Pudding, and Keiki, right? Everyone else is still one-time, one-use, right? That's why we gotta feed Shoma every single day. Like, oh, eat my little boy, gotta grow big and strong, right? Yeah, so he gives his little he gives the frappe Gochizos. They're like, oh man, these guys are gonna die, or I'm gonna assume that that Hanto is gonna pull a Witcher bit where he keeps naming them all the same thing every single time.
It's either
no matter what.
Or we've got Ichiro and Jiro Jr. and Ichiro and Jiro Jr. Like
every single time, right? But yeah. Oh yeah. So they are in fact two separate fucking Gochizos. And because I was thinking this like, is this just a Gochi with 3 eyes or something?
No,
like,
it's just two buddies. They just sit on top of each other.
Yeah.
Nothing weird about it.
Yeah, look, it's two brothers, right? Once again, really fucking weird. Like I said, I don't like these new Gochis. I don't like Flatpaint and Blizzard because of how weird and different they are in terms of operation from the others. I don't know what they're doing with these two guys or with these new ones. I'm not a big fan of them. Right? I think they should all keep it simple and make them like those little weird gremlin looking dudes. I'm not a fan of these guys.
Look, we had to make them cup things in some way, I guess.
You're right, but yeah. Look. All right. Let's go get our wounds treated. We took it really bad. It turns out, it really hurt. All right.
It turns
there's
out
a lot
that
of blood.
Something slashing at you, can actually like cut your arm halfway through.
Right. You actually do get hurt. And everything. Right. And then, meanwhile, Nero is he's scheming something. Oh boy, he has the data. He's doing what Sugar wanted. I'll take over your research data. Oh my, I'll make your code now my code. Right? Look, everything you have built, you have worked and built. I'll make it my own. Right? I'll learn about all this stuff. Right? I have my own little realm. Bitter Gavv belt, chilling in the aquarium.
We had to find some way to make those magazine scans make sense. Okay, we can't have had Kamen Rider bake for literally 2 episodes and just go, yeah, that's all.
that was good enough. Right? We already spent money on this, so we need to get our return value on these fucking suits.
Yeah.
Right. And then meanwhile, Shoma is held against his will as he's with Lizelle.
Yeah.
Right, as they go eat pancakes.
As she makes an absolute IHOP mess of these fucking pancakes.
she's just mixing the strawberry and the blueberry.
Yeah, the
you
strawberry,
know, right?
the blueberry,
she's getting that little purple.
the fucking like powdered sugar, the ice cream. I don't know what the. I don't. This is a great time to mention. I don't understand Japanese like pancake culture because it's so different from, in my mind, from like. You go to IHOP, you get some pancakes. Maybe there's a dollop of... They give you the glop of the ball of butter on top, and there's some syrup things on the side.
Yeah.
What the fuck is all this shit? What the fuck is all this shit?
I assume this is like one of those stupid little cafe restaurant and not like an actual... Right, like I assume this is not like an actual... Right, like a pancake. You go to like a little pastry shop.
It's definitely... This is definitely some kind of like... bespoke, like trying to be cute, sort of like fucking like outdoor brunch places sort of things. And it's like
But no, this thing is very obnoxious. What an obnoxious pancake this thing is. You know, it has blueberry, it has strawberries,
and then there's whatever the streaks are,
orange
like syrup and stuff across it, and
right, there's this pancake is a fucking lot. You know, right? You know, like look, it reached the point where hey, as a kid, I probably would have loved that shit, but now I'm thinking like, that's a lot. Yeah. I don't think. I feel that's a lot. You know, just give me some simple syrup and butter, and I'll call it a day. You know, I don't need any of this extra stuff. You know, right? Yeah. And then she just hates bright color. It turns out she wants those cool.
Hey,
those cool colors.
She's
you know,
a real
right?
Kamen Rider originalist. It's got to be darker, heavier. I don't want to see any bright colors.
Right. Yeah. Also, I also like how this is the point in the show where, right? So here's the thing, right? This show and its villain are so disconnected, right, from each other.
Because,
I mean, like they're still the villains are still villains to our main character, but like our heroes, they don't know what the fuck is. They just don't. They just have to fight.
But the villains are
villains. That's
each
it. Like,
sometimes doing their own things because the part timers are just sent out and like kind of operating like autonomously. And then there's the stomach ink, and then there's also, now we've added the Geldax or whatever, and it's a whole other thing where it's like, they're trying to
I like how this is how Shomo finds out, like, oh, what, Jeep fights by your brand. Longo got demoted. Yeah. Oh my god, man. What a crazy...
Sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on your side. Can I learn more about that? No, I gotta go.
Oh my god, man. That must have been a crazy fucking earnings meeting, you know, right? When you guys were voting for the who's gonna take next, man. Wow. That's crazy. You know.
Yeah.
Right? Also, she walks away, so leaving Shoma with the bill.
Shoma is the most... Shoma is... Okay, so, of our main characters, at least human side, right? We have Sachika, who is the most adjusted as an adult human, because she has her own company. She's presumably, like, taking care of all, like... She's paying, like, Shoma and also, like... I guess Lakia and Rocks and Honto in, I don't know, biscuits, whatever the fuck he needs, because he's still living in the inherited office. Hey, I know something about that. The inherited office of his dead mentor, right? And all of that is to say, Sachika's at the top, right? Then, honestly, it's Shoma second, because... He's out there. He's living the good old boys, the GOP dream.
Do you think Shoma has a company card with his name on it?
He's building himself up by his own bootstraps. He gets a simple job. He's working there. He's climbing the corporate ladder. He's doing that.
Oh man, dude, do you think he was forced to use the company card for this moment? So you know, right? Because she fucking ruined
about the sushi plates. Okay, just be careful about them sushi plates.
All right. Oh man, look, now with all these dead flowers, you know, I bet the wait stack here, like, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck did you do to our flowers? And you have to pay for this. You know, these are actual real, and not those stupid fake plastic flowers that you see in restaurants.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
right?
like, there's Shoma definitely has some money, and Liesel just ate into his fucking like snack fund.
Do you think he's more mad at that than her actually threatening to kill all these?
Oh,
innocent
absolutely.
people?
I think he's more mad. Like, he's more mad about that. He doesn't give a shit about Jeeb. He's just like, oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Maybe, I mean, the only thing that I can think of that would make him, feel like he broke even on this is that he, he eats her pancakes and then he's like,
but
oh,
even
okay.
then, does the pancake give him a gochizo? You know, right? Right? Have we? Wait, can is there? There's no pancake gochizo, right?
Not yet.
There's no. Oh, is there a pancake gochizo? Is it an official? Does it? Oh my God! Holy shit! There's actually a pancake gochizo. What the fuck?
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the.
Oh my God! Holy shit! There's this actually.
Pulling back up the wiki.
Oh my God! Holy shit! I was just shit. It's just a gochizo.
We gotta keep going.
Oh my God! There's actually a pancake gochizo. Holy shit! That's amazing. What the fuck? Oh, that's fucking amazing. Oh my God! Man, we already everything.
If it's food, it's a gochizo. I
That's
guess.
But what happens if it's like food with oils? You know,
what do you mean?
carbs,
We already know that there's the ramen gochizo.
Oh, you're right. Fuck, I look once again. I hate the gochizo logic in this show. I fucking everything about it. It makes me. It fucking gets
gochizo
me.
And
meanwhile, back
at
the.
It is truly Zen gochizo.
Meanwhile, back in Lakia's new dig, I have to say he has
studio. Again, I know something about that.
Right. Once again, I also assume that I assume Lakia has not gone.
Oh, he doesn't understand anything.
He realized. Right. Doesn't know what like nearly any of this stuff in this fucking office is. He's like, I'm just gonna leave it as that. You know, I don't know what the fuck any of this stuff is. You know? Look, it's all mine now. You know, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Right. I can do. Right. You know, hey, look, what are any of these hard minerals for me to
He's tried biting
you know, that's all
on
I
some
care
of like
about.
the wires, but he doesn't really get the same ting that he wants.
Right. Also, once again, still not telling. I still like to think that he has not told anyone about Sugar's parental father like.
Oh, he hasn't said anything about the photo. He definitely told them about the weird gel pods going on with Honto's like that. He found all the goo Shomas sitting in the background. That's definitely been going on.
Right. Yeah, look, it's not relevant for him to bring up, you know. Also, hey, look, but in this moment, like, of Honto, for him to overcome his racism, he has to connect with Loki. He's like, hey, look, I know.
How many dead family members did you have from the stomach? Because that's the only way that I know how to empathize with anybody in this situation. Otherwise,
look, losing your brother is like me losing my mother. You know, right? It's the same thing.
I lost family too. If you think about it, right? Yeah, right. This is look. We can trauma bond. Everybody's favorite thing, trauma bonding. Right? It's.
Look.
Lakia is genuinely like, what are you? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, why are you? Okay, I mean, yeah. To be fair, I guess in Honto's defense, Lakia is being an asshole, but Honto's been an asshole for a longer time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Look. I just have to think. I was like Honto's really trying. Like, oh man, I gotta get him. Now he's down, yo. I gotta use this moment, right?
I can endear myself now. He knows what I'm doing.
Right, look, I gotta make us relatable somehow, right?
You've got dead family.
What's the
I've
difference?
got dead family. We can get over the whole thing of me being
You know,
racist and trying to kill you,
look.
right?
Some of your people walk on two legs. All humans walk on two legs. Right? Right. You have one mouth, two mouths.
You have two
Honey
mouths.
You guys
If you consider the butthole a hole, a mouth, then yeah, I got two mouths too. We're not so different, you and I.
right. Yeah. Like, look, we're exactly the same. Right. Yeah. And then meanwhile, hey, look, man, great Uncle
Yep.
Dente.
Oh, hey, we caught
Meryl
you.
found him.
Hey, you've been in exile. Hey, turns out you've been living in Argentina for too long, and we're coming to get you.
We found you. I just think it's funny how he easy got found. Like he's been like he spent all this effort, right, when he escaped to the human society to make this shitty ass cave, right, to fill with all his stupid little trinkets. Like, oh boy, look at how quirky the humans are. Wow, look at all these cool human stuff I fucking found.
All it took was Shoma showing up, and it's like, okay, well, everything is falling apart.
Yeah, fucking. Then Nervo Shoma's like, all right. Wow, man. I guess I cannot stay here anymore.
I know that our dad offered you a deferred resignation. I would really like it if you came back to work, actually, because I realize that you had an essential purpose here.
Yeah. Look, it turns out what you did was good, right? Good for us, bad for humans, right? When I say good, I actually mean bad.
You were a really
right?
good bad guy. I really need you to do that.
Yeah. Can you mush up some more human for us? Right? To help us out.
Yeah.
Right. Also, so one of the things I've been loving about this show is how there's multiple plots where the characters just don't interact with each other as much as they need to. They're really doing their own thing. They're actually having like their own little adventure, right? While Shoma is out just fighting a free agent.
It's literally a random agent. Like, presumably, I guess it's supposed to be one of Longo's, but it's just.
Or Nervo, right? Because he's the red one, right? Because I think only
Nels
the high T
is orange, I think. So, I think it's supposed to be one of Longo's.
Right. Right, yeah. Like Show was fighting an agent. While fucking Lakia and Hato are trying to do their own little revenge side quest. Yeah, right? They're doing their own little bit, right?
Right. Sometimes you gotta let people cook on their own so that, like, if you're always carrying the team, then they're never gonna grow as people,
Right. Also, it occurred to me that we have reached the point in the show where I think they have actually ran out of budget.
Oh.
Right? They cannot. Right? Because I legitimately thought that we were actually. I wasn't expecting much. I thought we were gonna get something new with this caramel.
Let's throw CGI wafers of caramel at.
Right. I feel like this could have been a good opportunity to, I guess, recolor the Choco Dan form.
No.
Right. Right, I feel like it was a big miss, but I guess yeah, man.
Again, the Gotchard deficit is real. Like they spent a lot of money on Gotchard, and it's
they cannot afford to make it. So this is the best you can get with Caramel. I was like, oh, all right. Once again, going back to what designate to create as a form versus like gives you like
an item, like a Gochizo,
like a random. Right, like what gives you an item versus what gives you an ability. I felt like at this point, he could have been we could have had like a weird repaint of a chocolate gun, or do something with chocolate.
Like that would have been fine.
Right. Oh my! I don't know why he's not even using the gun at this point to shoot this. I feel like it's not like because this thing just shooting from his stomach is really fucking weird. I was like, oh, I guess the Gavv belt can do that. I thought the Gavv belt. Right, I thought the Gavv belt just summons the Gochizo and the weapon, and that's it. Right? I guess it can launch these caramel waffles at the opponent. I'd be like, yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, then
back to
right,
the
but
real
let's not
plot.
focus that. Like, look, what Shoma is really doing, just like even though like he's doing an actual side quest, even though it's technically a main quest because he's technically going after like the main involvement of the family
real
of
plot is
Hanto
happening
and
between Lakia and Hanto showing up, and hey,
and once again, proving once again, he does not need Choco Dad,
he
Choco
really
Gun anymore at this.
the only reason to use like his base like Valen form is just conservation of like, hey, maybe in
I haven't seen Shoma in a few days.
I need to conserve these, and like maybe somebody else will take care of this so that I don't have to.
Right, but yeah, so I was like, so it just proves the fact that we actually do not have to see Hanto transform into Valen theoretically anymore. He can just he can just go straight into Frappe, you know, right? It's not like that. Like I guess was it 2 episodes ago when he went from Hanto to Valen to Frappe, right? Like that, you know?
Yeah.
Right, but yeah. It's something he just do this. This is just a thing he's able to just to do right away, right? Like there's like no reason for him to be doing Valen stuff.
But
It's
it's all about Frappe custom now.
Yeah. Also, by the way, man, this.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We might have lost the budget.
Fucking...
We might have lost the budget for forms, but the budget for cinematography, whoever the fight choreographer is. Give them a fucking raise and keep them on fucking payroll.
Right, this was such a good and interesting fight scene. When they're fighting on the scaffolding, and
there's Lakia like hanging off the side, like bashing at, like they're both fighting like sideways.
Right, like they're fighting. I guess they're behind like a house.
It's just great use of like environment and like tearing shit down and just doing all this shit.
Right, like this entire scene was so well done, and I was so impressed with how they did this. They did this entire fight sequence, you know. And so we've been talking about fucking the fucking stupid little straw.
The straw is an exhaust port. It turns out.
Yo, this long circular object, you know, that it looks like you can use to stab and poke.
It should be a staff or like a sword or something.
Nope. Why would you use that when you already have a pipe?
It's
you know,
just
why the fuck? I got
the long exhaust thing. I mean, the long straw is just so that he can let off all that cool air from Frappe Gochizo.
I fucking hate. I'm really gonna be mad if by end of this year this fucking straw never becomes fucking relevant.
It looks like Chekhov's straw.
Oh my god! Ooh, could be a Frappe.
It's the straw that's on his back.
Ooh. And they have to use it for something, you know. Why else would it be there? You know, right? Right, but yeah, hey, Lakia's like, start interrogating this guy's like, hey, did you kill my brother? You know, right?
What the fuck is a brother?
Who the fuck's your brother? I never met this person. I never met this person before in my life.
I'm a fucking drug,
you know.
I'm just a simple drug dealer. I don't do hits. What the fuck do you think I am?
Yeah, look,
you gotta really calm down on like your whole like paranoid thing. Just because I do drugs doesn't mean I kill people. Come on.
Alright, look, I'm a bad guy, but I'm not a villain, you know, right? Killing kids, whoa.
Yeah,
that's a lot, you know, right? I would never kill kid granules. Kid humans, that's different, you know, right? Also, first, I did not know that kid humans or humanity as a species existed like 5 months ago, too, by the way. So I'm more willing to kill them off, you know, but kid granules,
when you think about it, I mean, the Stomach family has known about the human society and humans for at least as long as Shoma's been alive, and based on, like, Hanto's, like, past, it seems like it's been at least 2 decades that people have just been systematically plucked off. Right? So it's like, I mean, there's certainly the part-timers that are, like, brought into the fold, and they're just, like, they just suddenly learn that, like, oh, there's nothing.
There's an
like,
actual literal alternate
there's an
dimension
alternate
that
dimension,
exists.
but it's like
beyond.
there's gotta be some part-timers, like the Kabuto Granute, that was like, oh yeah, I heard something about some fuck-up kid. Like, there's gotta be some Granutes that do actually, I guess.
Oh, well, maybe that's what they're
I'm just saying,
building
there's gotta
towards,
be
you know,
some
right?
Granutes that have been
is
part-timers for a little bit of a while, and it's like, oh yeah, no, I've been working this
Right.
for like the last 5-10 years, and like, oh yeah, humans? Yeah, that's weird, but like, I just eat them or whatever.
Also, fucking Lucky just straight up decapitates
Hey, look,
this guy.
look,
This is your normal fucking
you gotta
writer
do what
finisher
you gotta
when he
do,
slashes
and
it.
he's being a piece of shit.
He actually straight up decapitates this fucking praying mantis, fly, silkworm,
Yeah, the
bug
mantis,
guy. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
he just,
wow.
yeah, he swings the fucking. It's
You know, right? Is anyone gonna
it's
comment on
fine.
that? Nope, he's gone. I took one off the street. That's all that matters, all right? Well, what more do you want?
I'm
What more do you
handling
want,
the
right?
drug lords, okay?
Right, and he's out of the picture, you know. Right, and then meanwhile, Shoma kicks an agent. You know?
Hey, Shoma, you did a great job dealing with that fucking background grunt. That was awesome.
Yeah, ooh. Also, look, look, you did it.
You really,
you know,
really
right?
played a vital part of the team today.
Yeah, and then so Honto's racism.
Yeah,
against Granny.
Honto's racism, racist heart shrunk three times that day.
Look, he learns that there are good Grannies, you know, right?
Like, hey, you're one of the good ones.
Yeah, that's what I say too. Look, you're one of my great friends, you know, right? Right? I'll say it didn't occur to me when I was watching the scene that Halto's reading the stupid
he's
Kabuto
learning
book,
about,
you know,
he's
right
learning
from
about
last.
Beatles because, again, he doesn't have a real job and he needs to, like, supplement it with fucking helping Happy Pare with their shit.
Oh yeah, he gotta learn these stupid little knowledge bit, you know. But yeah, so there you go. Hanto and Lakia are now good friends. You know,
good enough to joke about how much of a fuck up Hanto is and how much Lakia doesn't give a shit about him.
Right. So I guess now Happy Party should be we should all be a good. We should all be on good basis now, you know, right?
It, right?
We should all be
it's
actual,
all good, right? Right?
Right? We should all be co-workers, like actual, like, hey, co-workers, you know, right? There you go. The day is saved, you know,
yep, everything
right?
will be fine.
And then
wait.
Shoma fixes a bear.
We've had one of our, unfortunately, the president has gotten one of his financial donors, one of his private backers, addicted to fucking opioids. Uh-oh.
Right. Also, it occurred to me, so you bring up a good point about how they've been doing this thing for like at least 20 years, you know, right? And I guess at this point, these high society graduates never done their
that's the thing that Longo was saying, is like, look, end goal, alright, folks, this is the, like, this, essentially, this is like if, like, the Sacklers were like, hey, company, like, whatever they call it when, like, you do a startup or whatever, where it's like, hey, this is our, not mantra, what do you call it? Mission. Our corporate mission, okay, is to get Jeff Bezos hooked on fucking, like, oxycodone, so that he's addicted to it, and then he's in our pocket for the rest of his life.
Right, but still, and still, I was like, that, like when you put it in this perspective, you think they would have done this years ago? You know, like trying to get to a. Right, I was like, oh man, like no wonder this business is not doing good. It took you guys 20 years. Like, I don't know why you guys keep trying to sell like this high class this like high quality drugs to the poor, you know? Right?
You gotta start from the bottom and work our way up. It's reverse Reaganomics.
Boy. I guess, you know, you would think not Bosch, whoever the
Busha,
their great
Big Daddy Bochet or whatever.
The Dente's no, but Bushy's their dad. You know, like their actual grandfather, Dente's brother. You know, right? You think since from those who they occurred to sell this to high and mighty, you know, right? But yeah, no wonder this company's found. They've been marketing a high quality product to people to the socioeconomic class that cannot afford it. You know, right? Yeah, but that's why they got bought out. Technically got bought out.
I mean, they just got a full
and now there's
corporate takeover. They said, "Hey, you're our special friend. We are going to have to force you to. You do have to become. This is actually a government mandate. You are going to become part of the government."
Yeah, right. Yeah. So now we're actually gonna get the company's stocks and profits up now because of this, you know, right? But yeah. Hey, look. Next week. Guess who's back? Ooh, he's back. You know, right? You thought he was gone. You thought he was gonna be gone. You know? Nope. Bake is still here. You know, right?
You can break that cookie down, but it turns out sometimes the cookie's gonna come right back.
No. If you break out this big piece, it might become a bunch of little sticks. You know, right? Also occurred to me as well with this episode. We are 32 episodes in, right? And we still do not have another dead family member yet.
Yeah, it's been
right.
It's been weird how long it's just been Sheeta at the front, and we.
Right. You know, right? Because we really
thought we were going to start picking these people off, and we haven't really done that yet.
Right? You know, I felt like at 12 episodes we killed Sheeta. I was like, all right, that's a good pace. You know, 4 family members. You know, 12 episodes each, 48 episodes. Right?
Yeah.
That's actually a good. That's a good spacing. You know, right? Right to kill. No, we are now. We're officially gone.
We're getting into the last third. And it's like we gotta run our way through some of these fucking people.
Boy, we gotta start speed running through the rest of these family members now. Like at this point, you know, like how long are they gonna keep surviving? It feels fucking weird that only Sheeta has died so far. You know, right? Right? You think about it, right? Like this could have been a preventable, which technically, all this Sheeta not dying was in fact a preventable death.
And in that instance, Longo did fuck up by not doing more to prevent his sibling's death.
Right, but I think it's still really weird. We are now we're now 32 episodes in. We are pretty much approaching the last act of the show. You know, right? Hey, there's still 4 Look, they updated the episode graphics. You know, Lakia's smiling now. You know, right?
He's happy in this pose in the thing. He's actively trying to do stuff, but yeah.
Right, you know, but boy, you know, those families, they're still there in the open. But only Sheeta is the one that's still. But at this point, I feel like Sheeta can theoretically just come back because it turns out Jeep can fucking beat Sheeta if he wants it to.
Yeah, I will say if we start doing a weird thing where we start having G be Sheeta like in a weird like dual personality thing, like his mind fully like splits, I'm gonna be real upset because it's just like that's too much to like throw in at this point in the show.
Yeah, you know, like look, so we gotta start killing people. Anyway, all right. Here's the meat for this week's episode. This is the perfect U.S. adaptation of Geats of Gavv. By the way, this is the perfect casting. You know, right? This is who I would cast in a U.S. version of Gavv.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean. Okay.
All right.
I don't know about the last one, but sure.
That's right. All right. That's this week's episode. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Boy, Austin, I just flew in from California, and boy, are my arms tired.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
let me tell you. So it's as you know, I've been dealing with just a absolute windfall of chaos for the last few weeks. Honestly, talking to my family.
Oh man, what you say last 100 days? You know,
Well, I was gonna say,
right?
talking to my family. It's weird how much of my personal drama stuff has coincided with like.
Man, have you been talking to your family from the comfort of a house?
Yeah,
You know,
well,
right?
it's talking
Of
from
a
the
newly-
comfort of a house, but also realizing that other family are missing from said house, sort of thing. You know, it's just been like, and more people are kind of as Queen said with Under Pressure. You know, friends checking out, choosing to leave, Pope Francis style. You know, just going, hey, I'm out, like
all
you know,
right.
sort of that thing. So, so, so I did go to California in this last week. That was good. I got to see some friends.
All right. Oh man, did you appear on Governor Gavin Newsom's new podcast?
No,
You know,
I didn't
while
get
you're
it.
there?
He didn't invite me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't right wing enough. But so the point of all of that is to
Oh
say.
man, wait, is that the name of his podcast? Man, this podcast is just this podcast is really uninspiring name. I thought you had a catchy name. It's just this is Gavin
I'm
Newsom.
me.
Okay, man,
I'm Gavin.
Okay,
Hey, it's me, Gavin Newsom. Not to be
Okay,
confused with the
sure. Why
more
not?
famous Gavin on the internet.
All
So,
right.
so
Yeah.
I'm
So
in
you're in
California.
California, you know, right? You went to an
No,
In-N-Out.
No, I see.
You know,
I
right?
didn't
You
go
had to get it.
In-N-Out. That's what I'm building up to.
Okay.
I think I've shared. I believe I've shared this story before on the podcast, but
Yeah.
I know that I told you about it.
I know you have cousins in California. You told me that.
Let me cut to the chase. Hey, remember Fogo de Chao?
Okay.
Hey, remember a story from like a long time ago about Fogo de Chao? Remember a story?
Boy, we have a
where I was like,
the problem.
Where I was like, hey, I'm here for work. I've heard Fogo de Chao is good.
Oh
I
yeah,
can
that's
go-
right. Okay. I was gonna say we have too many stories about Fogo de Chao.
There's a couple of Fogo de Chao, but this is the one where I was like, I have a company card. I heard this is good food.
Hey, look! I'm learning about. Look, what's this place called Fogo de Chao?
What's the most?
Never heard of it before.
What's the worst that could happen, right? So
Yeah.
Context, right? I specifically chose to go a day earlier so that I could enjoy some time with my family, hang out, just chill before like the work stuff, and I got to do that.
Yeah.
What that?
Yeah. You look. You might as well
Right,
use it as a
exactly.
vacation.
And
You know, right?
hey, don't I deserve it based off of all the shit that's been going on, right? And so, I got there a day earlier. Went to Korean barbecue with my cousin and his girlfriend. Like, had a great time. We like, just spent the night at like their house. He drove me around, so like I wasn't paying for like Lyft or anything. We hung out with my aunt and uncle and my cousin and his girlfriend for like the night after, and then like they dropped me off at my hotel. So again, they paid for dinner. So like at this point, no expenses, right? Everything's clean. It's just I just traveled here. I got here, and like everything else is like all on me. So I'm being a real good, responsible boy with like my company credit card, and so then I actually do the job, and by the end of it, it goes longer than it was supposed to go, and because of it, I don't get to hang out with my cousin one more day, because like things went longer, and there was like a specific like Dodgers game thing happening that like he had to go to. And so I was like, fuck, man, that's bullshit. But I look at where I am at my hotel, which is downtown LA, and I'm like, oh,
Okay.
I'm just like a 20-25 minute walk away from Little Tokyo. Okay.
Okay.
It's been over 10 years since I've been like to Little Tokyo and like seen what like they've got available to it. Let me go around and like go and peruse around, see what's good and fun. And so I do that, right?
Okay.
So I walk the 20 some odd minutes downtown LA, go over to Little Tokyo. I stop into all the little shops. I get like something for myself at Kinokuniya. I get something for Molly at the Sanrio store. And then I'm like,
okay, who, by the way, for the audience, it's a British girl, not a Japanese girl, you know?
yeah,
right?
sure. And so I thought, I guess, I'm like, I am hungry. I do feel a little bit, like, vindictive. Ooh, there's a Kura sushi. Now, for people who
okay, oh boy, I
don't know, Kura is an evolving conveyor belt sushi
I know where
place
this is leading.
where they give you little plates and you can just pop the plate as it comes by and go, ooh, I want that one. Ooh, I want that one. You just throw it in your mouth and you go,
Oh my god,
and it's a bunch of plates and they stack up and you go, oh, but then they also like gamify it because they go, help Momotaro or whatever the fuck his name is. Save the special wasabi recipe by throwing in plates and stuff. And I was like, oh, I gotta help Momotaro. He needs. I also need to say, I'm dead sober. I'm just tired at this point. Like, I'm just hungry and tired. I'm not doing this because I'm out of like drunk or anything else. I was like, I want food and oh man, this little guy needs help. Sure, fuck it. I'll throw my plates in. So that's how that started, right? And then also,
how many plates did you go through?
Well, so there's also, if you've ever been to a Kura, there's also an option for you to add stuff to your order. Like you can ask for specific things. So just on a whim, because the couple next to me was ordering stuff, because I was sitting at like the sushi bar section. I was like, ooh, you know what would be great? Some chicken gyoza. Oh yeah, that'd be great. You know what would be great? Well, for myself, this wasn't even because of the couple next to me. I was like, I'll get some miso soup to start myself off. That's great.
Oh yeah. Reset your palate. Yeah, right.
It's like, okay, cool. And then I got like the chicken gyoza later on because I was like, ooh, yeah, hey, this the couple next to me, like, oh man, they're getting like they got tempura. I'm like, ooh, some fried food would be good. I think that the total number of plates by the end that I had were 16.
Jesus fuck.
Right. And that's including the like 2 ordered like appetizer ones, I guess, of like miso and gyoza. And so once again, I was faced with this thing of like where I confidently went, yes, I'll take the receipt. And then I got the receipt and looked at the receipt and went, how do I explain this to accounting? Because it was not as bad as the Fogo de Chao incident, but it was still something where I went, even knowing the fact that I have spent literally no other money on food on this trip, if I have to try to explain one single meal being $80, I think that's kind of a red flag. And so I was like, okay, hold on.
All right, let me do some money laundering right now.
Hey, let me split this. There's 2 of us here. There's me, and then there's myself. There are 2 sides. There are 2 people inside of you. One, the side of you that pays for the company amount, and one that pays for the personal amount. And those are the two wolves inside, and I had to go, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, if you could just split this between these two cards. Yes, one of them is, these are both have my name on them. One of them is my own. The other one is the company's. I need you to not ask questions and just understand that, like, I might have done a little bit too much. I might have been feeling myself a bit too much on this one. But I did get a Snoopy prize.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right. So the only reason I know about Kura because one opened up in Rockville, by the way.
That's what I was telling my cousin. I was like, "Hey, we have a Kura," and I told him that like 2 days before disaster. I was like, "Oh yeah, they have a Kura," but then we were like, "Oh, let's go to Korean barbecue." Korean barbecue was cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, no, Korean barbecue was cheaper than like what I paid at Kura, basically for myself.
Yeah. Right, and the only reason I know what you're saying because we have not eaten at the Chris. We had looked at it and we're like, wow, this place is a total fucking scam, right? Because and look, so you haven't been in Rockville for a little bit, you know, right? You've been a little busy with
traveling,
work, you know, right?
Other things,
counting the numbers.
There's been a couple of other things happening,
right? Yeah, you know, some minor stuff, you know, renovations, you know, right?
Relocations, really, more so relocations than renovations.
Yeah. Right, so Rockville right now has so much fucking Asian
I know that.
fucking stores. Right, yeah, so we have so right now, we after Sunday Yuga, we've been trying to go through the gauntlet of trying them all. Insane thing to do every weekend, by the way. Is what we're trying to do. I'm trying out these new brand new eateries and everything. And we have decided not to do Kura because of that exact fact. Because when we looked at the price of Kura, like, wow, this place is a total fucking scam. It doesn't help that Kura is located on the same, I guess, strip plaza, right, as another all-you-can-eat Asian buffet.
No, it's also the same, like, strip mall as, like, my, like, as the model kit hobby store that I go to.
Right, yeah. So we have not done Kura, so
it's dangerous. It's dangerous. You don't let them trick you into putting in the plates as you eat them. You gotta let that shit stack so that you can count and go, okay, how deep am I into this fucking mess? Anyway, last thing to also say, hey, Alan Ruck was on my plane going out, but that happened.